with Colin Birkas of your Brockville Braves. And Colin, I guess the week it was, and going back a week ago Friday night, the three-time defending champions, the Carleton Place Canadians, were here. They're your second home game. I won't say wishy-washy this time, but how was Friday night?
Unpleasant to sit through. The term asleep at the wheel comes to mind. I thought, a mediocre start. 1-1 halfway through the game, shots dead even, and then their veteran players took it to another level. Our vets didn't quite follow, and I think when our vets didn't follow, our rookies, which there are plenty, got intimidated. Not physically, but just in what they can do in a game when they're sharp. And we just stood in awe the second half of the game and just let kind of Johnson keep us in it to a certain extent.
So that meant there was going to be some changes, and so obviously some good changes in the Nepean game. 4 goals, but you also tinkered with the lines.
Yeah, 100%. We thought Murray was probably our most consistent player, so we wanted to reward him and kind of send the message that hard work's going to be rewarded here moving forward. So we moved him up to the top line, put Caruso on the left wing with Devin Moore in the middle, and that seems to really have sparked something. And then I think from there was a trickle-down effect of positivity, and all 4 lines were going. I can't think of a single instance where any of those lines were shortchanged. Basically, every line played 15 to 18 minutes, which I think is what you should be doing early on in the season, especially with the new faces. So, it turned out that I don't want to say rock bottom, but, it took us a poor effort to realize some deficiencies, and the changes we made to lines were positive.
Yeah, some good things and some bad things. And then Tuesday night down Highway 29, you're playing the Smith Falls Bears, that rivalry. And, of course, you're new to that. Looked like a pretty good game. I don't know what it is. I know you're probably not aware of it. I don't know what it is in Smith Falls, but they seem to tie games up with Brockville in the last minute. 16 seconds ago. Unbelievable. But you rebounded.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we went to Smith Falls in an effort to get 2 points, so we came home with 2 points. So I think from that perspective, it's a positive. It was a success. In terms of that last minute goal, I think that was on me. I think I was a little short-sighted. I wanted to reward Caruso and Moore's play offensively with giving them that shutdown shift, is where I probably should have been more proactive to 3 guys that's more of their skill set, but live and learn, and I think as a group we learn from it, and maybe personnel will be a little bit more I'll be a little more picky with that in the last 30 seconds of a game, but it was a positive. They play very hard. I think of all the teams we've seen, they played the hardest, the meanest, and already down Crotty and a couple guys banged up. I thought some of the rookie defensemen really stepped up and played well, so that was very encouraging.
The veteran presence of Caruso, I mean, your best players and your leaders need to be leaders. What a play he made, a headsy play to set up more for the winner.
Yeah, I could kind of tell once the Nepean game got going, he put that first goal in. You could see the weight come off him a little bit, and he started getting more and more creative. And I think moving him from center to the wall has alleviated a little bit of responsibilities on him low. Gives him, a 20, 30-foot head start to the other zone. I think that's been key for him. And, it's not that he's not playing responsible. He is. But now he's starting to get a little bit more creative, and he's been very good the last 2 games.
Finally, Canada Lasers here tonight, a young, fast team and something to build off of last night. They erased a 3-0 deficit in Cornwall and came back to win that game.
Yeah, 100%. I kept hearing they're young and skilled and all that stuff. I watched the game last night and I was intrigued by certain players on their roster. And, the more I looked at it, the more I realized they actually are an old team. They have their full slot of 96s, a bunch of 97s. They do have some young kids, but so do we. And, they were bigger than I thought. And, they just didn't give up. And so I think that was a wake-up call for us last night, that there's a team coming in here and they fully intend to go 60 minutes, and they do have leadership, and they do have guys that have been around a little bit to augment those young guys. So I expect a very good game.
Colin, thanks for doing this as usual. Best wishes tonight.
Anytime. Thank you.
Colin Birkas of your Brockville Braves.